morning, good morning. Welcome to Pilates this morning. I'm crouching down because we're going to go down to the floor really soon. So today's Pilates, you'll need a ball if you've got one, a band if you need one, a towel and a mat. So today's Pilates, yay! Come and join me down on the floor. You don't need any shoes, so you can take off your shoes. Morning! You can take off your shoes, but if your feet are still cold and it's still wintry, leave your shoes and socks on, slippers on, dressing gown on. We can do it still in our pajamas if you like. Morning, Cheryl. Morning, Gwyneth. Hey, Leo. Good to see you. So leave everything you've got, keeping yourself warm. Morning, morning. So we're switching on at our transverse. So you can lift lots of weights and you can do lots of sport, but if your transverse isn't firing up, then you're not getting the full the benefit of those sports. So we've got to learn to fire up that transverse, pull up at that pelvic floor, switch everything on. Oh, England won, yay! Don't know if that's a good thing or not, but Cheryl thinks it's great. Hey Joe, good morning. Yeah, happy Thursday. So remember, we're still in lockdown and we'll continue these classes until we're out of lockdown for you. So here we go. We're going to start on the floor now. I won't be able to read anymore, so hope it's all working well. See you down on the floor. So we're going to sit up nice and tall to start with. If you've got any back injuries, I'm going to really let you support those back injuries all the time. So stay with me. Hold underneath your hamstrings. Sit up tall. Drop your shoulders back and down. So can you see my shoulders? I want to drop back and down. Pretend I'm squeezing a diamond between my shoulder blades. I'm pulling your chest forward. If you've got that little ball, you're going to stick it between your knees now. I'm going to still hold on. Drop back. Breathe out and then come up nice and tall. Here we go again. Drop back and then come up nice and tall. I'm going to grab my little ball. You keep going. I want to feel like I'm lengthening. Hi. I want to feel like I'm lengthening out through my spine, that lower back. I've popped that little ball between my legs. Let me see here. Sit up tall, drop back straight, tuck into a little C curve, transverse draws down, shoulders relaxed, squeeze the ball, breathe out, come up, shoulders back and down. Beautiful. Squeeze the ball. Here we go again. Drop back, scoop, and then come up. Excellent work. You keep going. Now, for all the men there that don't really want to do Pilates because they think it's like a girl's thing, it was designed for the veterans that came back from war, dropped down, so they couldn't get out of bed. To stop their muscles from atrophying, they designed this. Joseph Pilates designed these exercises. So then the ballet got hold of it because it made your muscles longer, leaner and stronger, and that's how it started from there. So it was designed for men to start off with. Then the physios got hold of it because it switches on your transverse, shoulders back and down, nice and tall. We're still going. Keep breathing. It switches on your transverse, and we know if your transverse switches on, it protects your lower back and stops that from overloading. Squeeze that little ball. We're nearly there. Looks good. Breathe. Now, as we're here, we're going to pull up at our pelvic floor as well. So you've got lots of things to think about. And you don't need to look at me. Look straight ahead. Good. Shoulders back and down. Perfect. We're going to go all the way now. If you've got a lower back injury, you stay here. Norm, stay here if you need to. Squeeze the ball. Here we go. Drop back straight. Scoop into that C curve. Roll down. One vertebrae at a time. Float your hands over your head. Tuck your chin. Then from there, what am I going to show you best? Breathe out. Ribcage squashes towards your hips. Grab your legs and then roll up. Perfect. Here we go again. Let's do it all again. Rolling down. If you don't need to hold your legs, don't hold it. Roll down. Sarah, you don't need to hold it. No. Float your hands over your head. Big breath in, sigh out. Roll up. Ribcage squash towards your hips. If your spine's just waking up this morning, legs up, roll up. Good work. Here we go again. Squeeze the ball. Cindy, are you with me? Rolling back and down. That's beautiful. Float your hands over your head. Tuck your chin. Breathe out. So I want to feel like I'm peeling one vertebrae at a time off the floor. If you So scooping through your belly, relaxing your shoulders, float your hands over your head. Breathing out. You keep going, keep squeezing that little ball. My legs are a little bit further away from my bottom because I've had a few back operations, so that works best for me. But keep your feet close to your bottom if you can, a little bit closer or further away, whatever suits you. So it's your spine, so you've got to feel like it's working for you. I want to take one vertebrae at a time going down, and then one vertebrae at a time coming all the way up again. How are we going? Beautiful. Looks good. Let's do 2 more. Squeeze that little ball, float down, hands over your head, shoulders hit the floor, big breath in, sighing out, rolling up, scoop through your belly. Good. We're trying not to do any bouncing, so if you feel like you have to bounce yourself up, use your legs, and when you come up, glide up. We're trying to lengthen that spine and get your tummy floating at the same time. 1 more, big breath in, sighing out, floating up. Beautiful. This time I'm going to add a leg and twist around. Ah, graceful. Big breath in. Remember you're breathing out as you move. Lift a leg, twist around. Squeeze that ball the whole time. Lift a leg, twist around. How's that going for you? So now I'm working my obliques, my transverse, my inner thighs because I'm squeezing that ball. Beautiful. Keep going. Let's do 1 more on each side. Gliding down. Have to knock my hands on the wall. Your arms are long. Breathe out. Twist around. Good work. Down we go again. So remember, tell anybody you know that's looking for a little bit of something to do in this lockdown. This is free. Stay down. Anybody can log on. Hold it here. Just go to Facebook at Miranda. Shoulders back and down. I've taken the ball away. I'm just going to lift one leg and then the other. And you think, oh my gosh, that's so easy. What's she doing? I'm switching on at my transverse. I've got my spine in neutral. I'm breathing. You want to feel that transverse firing up. So fingers on your hip bones. Draw your fingers together. Push down deep. If you feel that little transverse switching on, you've got it. If you feel nothing, I want you to breathe out really heavy as you lift that leg. I'm looking for no movement through my hips. So your hips stay nice and still. Keep breathing. Tuck your chin. Nice long spine. Good work. So that's nice and easy. And if anyone's got a back injury, that's what you're going to do. So nice and easy. Nice and easy. That's it. You don't have to go hard to fire up this transverse. We want to start firing up this muscle so it protects your lower back when you're doing all those other exercises. Here we go. Take your legs off the floor now. My knees are over my hips, my shoulders are relaxed, and I'm in that beautiful neutral spine. See if you can push the back of your rib cage heavy on the floor. And then from here, you can leave your hands there if you wanted to see if that transverse is firing up. Lift that leg up and down. It's like your legs are on top of a little chair or a table. So you want them to look like they're on top of a chair and a table. And then breathe. And of course the rest of your body is relaxed. Keep going. I'll keep talking. Check out. There's no rocking at all. It's like you're on a tightrope. Keep breathing. Let's do 2 more. Tuck your chin. That's it. Lucky last one. Hold it here. Pop your hands on top. Take it around in a little circle. Bring your knees all the way in and then breathe out. Drop them down. So whenever you need a little break, you can go back to this. I'm giving my spine a nice little massage. Then the other way. And I give my tummy a little break. If that's too easy, you take your hands away. But remember, I don't want these hip flexors to do all the work. If it starts to feel like it's more in your hips, have a little break and then come back. So I'm from here now. I'm just going to move my legs away from my waist and then bring them back over my hip. Move your legs away, breathe out, breathe in to hold it, breathe out to bring it back. Vic, are you with me? Breathe out. Good, breathe in to hold it, breathe out to bring it back. So that back of your rib cage stays down and I'm trying not to let my belly dome out too much. So breathe out. If you had that ball, you could stick it between your knees again if you wanted to. Good. Keep going. We've got 2 more. And then I'm going to take my hands on top again. Beautiful work. Take your hands on top, take it around, nice little back massage. Maybe this time pull it up further towards your chest. Good. And then back the other way. One more. Got Elvis playing. Woohoo. Perfect. So from here, all I'm going to do is extend one leg and then bring it back in. Extend one leg and then bring it back in. Who doesn't love a bit of Elvis in the morning? Hang on. Good. So all I'm doing is extending. Those hips are still still. I haven't moved my hips at all, so don't let your hips rock. You want them to be heavy just here. Breathe out to extend, breathe in to hold it, breathe out to bring it back. Looks good. Abs are locking on. You're breathing, transverse pulling down, pelvic floor pulling up. Remember, if it goes into your hips, we stop and have a little break. Let them relax, those hip flexors, and then come back again. One more. Beautiful. Grab your knees, round in a little circle, and if you don't need, remember, you're taking it all the way around. Knees stay together. That's it. And if you want to make it a little bit harder, Michelle, you take your legs longer, all the way around. A little bit longer. And then let's go back the other way. Breathe out to drop your legs down. Breathe in to pick them up. Shoulder blades heavy on the floor. Legs longer if you want to make it harder. You could drop them down lower, but you've really got to make sure that tummy switches on. One more. Beautiful. Bring your knees in, squeeze them into your chest, and then release your tailbone to the floor. Squeeze them into your chest, and then tailbone to the floor. Good work, Joe. Squeeze them in. Last one. Take it all the way down now. Take one leg down, then the other leg down. From here, we're just going into bridge. So I want you to have a look at my spine. I've got a little gap between my lower back of your rib cage on the floor. Put the ball between your legs if you can, or just make sure your knees are tracking over your toes. I'm going to tilt my pelvis. Squeeze your butt, squeeze the ball. Lift your bottom off the floor, tilt and squeeze again. You've got a little bit more tilt and squeeze left in you. And then float up. Keep squeezing that ball, feet are hip width apart. Push your hips up, relax your rib cage down, float your hands over your head. Good. From there, we're going to breathe out and then roll down. One vertebrae at a time, lengthening that spine on the way down. Here you go again. Big breath in, sighing out, rolling up. Push your hips up, lengthen that spine. I want to feel that butt squeezing the whole time. Hips higher than your rib cage. Relax your rib cage down. Tilt and squeeze your pelvis one more time and the ball. And then breathe out, roll down. Beautiful. Here we go again. Tilt and squeeze. Tilt and squeeze again. And then come up. So the whole time, that little lower body is working really hard for you. And then float down. Perfect. Let's do 2 more. Tilt, squeeze, every little vertebrae peels off the floor and then peels back down onto the floor. Excellent work. Good. Let's do 1 more now. Tilt, squeeze. Squeeze more than what you think you can. Push your hips up a little bit higher. Float your hands over your head. I'm going to leave my hands there this time and then just float my spine down. Good. And again, here we go. Tilt your pelvis. Leave your hands there. So it's like a little bit of traction. Push weight into your heels. So it's not all coming with you. You want to push the weight into your heels as well. Leave your hands there. So a little bit of traction. Push weight into your heels. Squeeze your butt. Lift up a little bit higher. Squeeze the ball. And then breathe out. Roll down. Bring your hands with you now. Oh. Perfect. Take your hands out to the side now, like a big W position. I'm going to take my tippy toes on the floor. Drop your legs to one side. Butt comes off the floor just a little bit. Breathe out, push it back. Over to the other side. Big breath in, sigh out, push it back. Shoulders stay heavy on the floor. I'm trying to keep my rib cage heavy on the floor. Breathe out to push your hips back. Exactly back where they came from. Transverse is bringing you back, not your lower back. So this is the easy version. Tuck your chin, and if you've got a sore lower back, that's where you're staying. Or if you feel like your transverse isn't switching on, still stay at that level. So then we're coming up a little bit harder. I'm going to take my feet off the floor and then float over. So if you did this in just a normal class and you had to do a few of these, you'd say, oh yeah, I'm working my obliques the most, down the side of your belly. You can feel them working. Breathe out, push it back. But we really want that transverse to breathe out and push your hip exactly back where it came from. So think more about switching on at that transverse than those obliques. So really transverse pelvic floor pushes that hip back. Good. Perfect. So really want to feel it. If you're unsure, stick those fingers where I told you your transverse was and breathe out hard. Like a fire-breathing dragon. Good. Let's do 2 more. Lucky last one. Good work. If you want to make it a little bit harder, I am going to go into pendulum now. So I'm going to go from one side back to the other. Remember, I still want my rib cage on the floor. So I haven't taken my body all the way over with my butt and shoulders off the floor. I'm trying to keep them heavy on the floor. Breathe out to push it back. Just a tiny little lift. And if you're fantastic at this, like a lot of my classes, wonderful at it. So you're going to take your hands across your shoulders, Trace. That's it. And then breathe out. And then push it back. Excellent work. Looks good. But remember, the same level or the same exercise is just here. Still working the same thing. Just a little bit easier if you've got any injuries or it's your first time. One more. Whichever way you like. Perfect. Bend your knees. Hold that here. We can have a little rest here. Remember, a little circle if you need. Otherwise, I'm going to bring my knees all the way up and then roll down again. Ready? Roll all the way up and then roll down. Again, lengthening through this spine. If I want to use my hands, you can. If you can't get your bottom off the floor, use your hands. Roll over and then back. Gentle to start off. So Rita, nice and gently. Good. And then if you want to do a little bit more, we're going to take our hands away. Lift your bottom off the floor, roll it over, and then roll down. One vertebrae at a time. I'm coming halfway to start off with. All the way up, halfway down, with your legs I mean. Then all the way up. Poppy, can you do this? Good. 2 more. We're going to make it a little bit harder for Emily. Here we go. We're going to take our legs all the way to the floor. All the way up. And then ready. Touch the tippy toes on the floor. Good work, Ashley. Coming all the way up. And then touch your tippy toes on the floor. Again, remember, if that's too much for you, use your hands. It's just a little movement. Pimpo, we've got 2 more. 2 more. Gracefully over and back. Oh, abs are working hard. Last one now. Gwyneth, here we go. Beautiful. Take that ball away. Have a little rest. Rock your legs from side to side. Fantastic effort. You've warmed up. What? Thought I was nearly done. No, here we go. We're going to go opposite arm to opposite leg. So opposite arm to opposite leg stretches out. I'll turn this way. Breathe out to extend. Breathe in to hold it. Breathe out to bring it back. You've got that beautiful neutral spine again. Breathing out. There's no rocking through your hips. Your shoulder blades are heavy on the floor. Back of your rib cage is really heavy on the floor. Your chin is tucked. So I'm really checking that this rib cage doesn't pop out. So I want to try and pop it back down as you breathe out. Good. One more time. Beautiful. And then we'll change over to the other side. So let's try the other side. Same. Opposite arm to opposite leg. Lengthen it out. And of course, you can take both legs off the floor and do this straight away if that's the level you're at. So we're starting easy and building up. Whenever you're ready, we're going to take our legs off the floor. But if it's not right for you, stay here. Take both legs off the floor. You look like a little beetle on your back now. Push your shoulder blades heavy into the floor. Breathe out to extend. Breathe in to hold it. Breathe out to bring it back. That's it. Good work. Let's do 2 more. No rocking through your torso. You're looking fabulous. Here we go. Both arms, both legs. Extend. And then bring them back. Extend. So if you go too far down, sometimes it'll feel like your lower back is working. That means it is working. So really take your legs at that angle to start with and your arms at that angle. Make sure your transverse is locking on and then bring it back and down again. Let's do a few more. Because it's so much fun, right? Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. 2 more. Shoulder blades heavy on the floor. Good work. And this time, as you come up, bring your rib cage towards your hips and then lengthen it out. Bring your rib cage towards your hips and lengthen it out. So now you know enough. If that's too much for you, your legs are back, having a little circle. Otherwise, you're lengthening it out. Rib cage towards your hips. Now I'm going to take my hands like butterfly wings and reach them around. Take your top hat off, then butterfly wings, reach around. See if you can get to your ankles. Squash your rib cage towards your hips, tuck your chin. Breathe out, extend. Wrap it around. Good work. So now all of your abs are working. Shoulder blades are still heavy on the floor. You can feel them on the floor as you do those big butterfly wings around and scoop up. Let's do 2 more. Are you feeling it? Maybe just me. Squeeze your quads as you extend your legs. These are your quads, so squeeze them and then come back. Last one. Breathe out. Squeeze your quads, squeeze your glutes. Good. Come up. Beautiful. Grab underneath your hamstrings from here and have a little roll. We're going to roll from here. Scoop through your belly and then all the way over. Make sure you find a little soft place to roll. You're lengthening out your spine. Your shoulders are back and down. Perfect. Just like before, I want every little vertebrae to float down and then float back up off the floor. Especially if you're tight through your vertebrae, they want to come down in groups. We want them to roll through like Play-Doh. Let's do 2 more. Beautiful. Hold it here. We're going to roll down. Put a roll down in between each. Shoulders back and down. Drop back straight. Scoop through your belly. Breathe out. Roll down. Pick your favorite leg. Kick it up. Turn out at your foot. You see my foot? I turned it out like a ballerina. Then take it away from you. Kick it all the way up. Breathe out. Take it away from you. So you're just doing a little leg circle. I want to try and keep my hips really still so my body doesn't follow me. I don't want my body to follow me. Take it around in a circle. This knee on the other side is bent. That's giving me more stability. If you want to make it harder, take your leg longer. You're lengthening your hamstring, opening up through your hip, rotating that leg, rotate it, bring it back. Good. If you wanted to make it a little bit harder, you could, let me spin around, you could float that leg, oh, it's like 3D, off the floor. Perfect. So that leg's floating off the floor. But remember, everything else remains the same. Back of your rib cage on the floor, transverse switching on, pelvic floor pulling up, quad squeezing, toe turning out. So many things. Last one. Beautiful. Try the other leg. Turn out at your foot. So you've actually turned out from your inner thigh. Squeeze your quad. Take it away from you. Rotate through your foot. Kick it straight back up. Hips stay really still. Back of your rib cage heavy on the floor. Perfect. Tuck your chin. If you're tight through your hips, this is hard for you. If your transverse isn't locking on, your body will want to follow you. So we really lock on at that transverse. Good work. Then back the other way. Same little rotation. And remember, make it a little bit harder. Have the other leg straighter. Test it out. So try the easy level, but then always have a little go at the hard level and see. And if it doesn't work, pop that leg back on the floor. Bend that knee. You've just had a little go of making it harder and seeing where your body's at. One more. Did we go back the other way? Joe, you know I need someone to remind me. Just in case we didn't, you go back the other way. We're going to add a little roll again. Bring these knees back in. Grab your legs. Add that little roll. We're making the roll harder. Take your legs off the floor. Take your hands off the floor. Same little scoop. Breathe out. Roll over. And then come back up. Excellent. So we're opening 2 new gyms. One at Edmonton. Yay, Edmonton. And one at Marrickville. Woohoo, Marrickville. So 2 new Bodyfits for you to check out. Scoop through your belly. Relax your shoulders. And remember, we always give a 2-day free trial. If you want to come and test any of our Bodyfits out, come and have a look. Come and do a class with me or any of the other great instructors. Last one. Here we go. We're rolling down again. Now you're getting fabulous at this roll down. Shoulders back and down. Scoop through your belly. 1 vertebrae at a time. Scoop through that belly. Beautiful. This time we're going into hundreds. So reach your hands long. Big breath in and then sighing out. Your belly has to draw down. Big breath in and then sigh out. If you've got that little ball or a towel or anything, cushion, put it between your knees. Big breath in and then sigh out. Belly draws down. Remember your transverse. I don't want my neck to work at all. I want my shoulders back and down. Big breath in, sighing out. If this is enough for you, stay here. Otherwise, roll your rib cage towards your hips. Squash your rib cage towards your hips. Squeeze that ball and breathe out. I want to feel my lats engaging as my hands push down. I want my biceps and my triceps to work as well. Big breath in, sighing out. And again, it doesn't matter how high you come, you've got to draw that belly down. If it goes into your neck, check that you're not looking towards the ceiling. Tuck your chin. And then if it's still a little bit too much, pop your head on the floor. We're still breathing, so we can still switch on that transverse. So we've got 3 to go. Big breath in, sighing out. Belly draws down. Check out your belly from here. You're looking towards your thighs. Good work. One more time. Big breath in, tailbone heavy on the floor. And then roll back down. Let's make it a little bit harder. Legs up. Roll up. Rib cage squash towards your hips. Squeeze that ball. Big breath in. Fire breathing, dragon out. You want to wake up the house with that big fire breathing breath. Big breath in, sigh out. Now as you sigh out, get rid of all the air. Yay. And again, big breath in, sigh out. Good, head to the floor. Beautiful. If you've got a little ball, pop it between your heels, kick your legs up, turn out at your feet. If not, turn out at your feet anyway. Squeeze your quads. Big breath in, sighing out. If here's enough for you, stay here. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. Squeeze your quads. Here we go. Roll up. Big breath in, sighing out. Now you're in hundreds. Drop your legs down just a little bit. Can you see? I really did drop my legs down a little bit. There we go. Your feet are turned out. Big breath in, sighing out. So you're turning out from your inner thighs all the way down to your heels. Tuck your chin, big breath in, sighing out. And again, big breath in, sighing out. One more. Get rid of all the air. Draw your belly down. Beautiful. Bring your legs in like a little frog. Get rid of that ball. Squeeze your knees underneath your armpits. Give your little ankles a roll. Then back the other way. Oh, good work. We've got another roll to do. So bring your knees together. Here we go. Roll up. Legs up, arms up. Beautiful. Bend your knees. Roll over. Legs up, arms up. Let me show you that I really am. Legs up, reach. Looks like teaser. And then you're going to bend your knees and then roll over. Good. Kick it up. Beautiful. Remember, stay at whatever level you like. You can still stay in this little rolling ball position, doing the same thing. And without you even noticing it, your belly's working hard. Breathe out, reach. Good work. Kick it up, reach. Squeeze those quads. Let's do 2 more. Still trying to lengthen out that spine. Last one. Beautiful. And then hold it here. Sit up tall. We're rolling down. Breathe out, roll down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Good. From here, let's have a little stretch from one side to the other. You know what we're doing now? Oh, clams. Yay. Come all the way up. Roll over onto one side. Bend your knees. I'm going to take this leg up and then down. Easy. Transverse still locked on. Good work. Shoulders back and down. If you've got a little band, grab your band, pop it around your legs. So I'm going to make it a little bit harder by adding some resistance. Your top hip is forward of your bottom hip. Your head's relaxed, wherever's relaxed for you. I want to try and keep my hips still and my rib cage still, so no movement at all, just that little leg. And if you haven't got the band, it doesn't matter, you'll still feel it. That butt is automatically going to work, so don't worry about that too much. Think about your transverse switching on, and then breathe. Roll your shoulders forward a little bit more. That's it. Perfect. Looks good from here. Oh. Now you should be starting to feel it in your glute a little bit. Hold it up there and just pulse it back. So I am really pulsing. It doesn't look like it from the camera, but I am pulsing my little leg back, trying to push it back, but I'm staying forward. Good. Then from here, I'm going to take it up, then down. So now I haven't got the stability on my feet. Take it up, then down. Jab, going right back into your glutes. Good. Think about that transverse switching on and relax this shoulder down. That's it. Oh. All I can say is we're almost through July. Oh, not even. But I'm counting down for spring. Hold it here. I'm going to take this leg, turn my knee towards the floor, drop it down, and then rotate it back. Rotate your knee down, and then rotate it all the way back. So if you think about it, it's just your leg rotating around in your hip socket. Everything else stays still. If you've got that band, it's really starting to work. Breathe. I'm still thinking about switching on at my transverse and relaxing my shoulders down. Good. Let's just do 2 more. 2 more will do us. Lucky last one. Beautiful work. Take your legs back together. I'm going to do floating clams. Just 8. So here's for the counters, because I give up after 2 counts. So legs are off the floor now, and you're gliding up. Your obliques are working really hard. Joe, you know you're the counter in this class, so how many more have we got to go? Oh, I don't know, maybe 4. I talk too much to realise. Relax your shoulders back and down. So we're starting up a kids program now as well. Every afternoon it'll be at Bodyfit. So I'm writing the program. I'm so excited about it. Kids will be able to do fun things at the gym. Yay! You might be able to go and train. Here we go. Last one. That must be 8. Oh, take it down. Give that little glute a stretch if you need. So all I'm going to do is come up, take this leg across, sit your bottom back, sit up nice and tall, and go straight over to the other side. If your butt's tight, it'll come off the floor. You're going to push it down towards the floor. Give yourself a big hug, drag yourself in, and then come all the way up. Let's go to the other side. Body down, legs forward. Into those clams. Whenever you're ready, use the band or don't use the band, whatever you've got. Breathe out when it's hard. Move down a little bit. Breathe out when it's hard. That's it. Transverse switching on. Shoulders relaxed down your spine. Ooh. Well, I wish I could tell you I was doing something exciting every day. But no, I can't. Sorry. That's why I want your photos of you training. Send them in to me. I'm living through you. 2 more. Then hold it up there. Pulse it back. Remember, I don't want to roll back when I pulse it back. I just want to keep rolling forward and then push back. Good. Keep pushing back. That little butt is working, those hips are working, transverse is keeping you stable. And here we go again. Take it down and up, just 2 more, and then we're rotating into a figure 8. Hold it here, take that leg up, rotate that knee down, and then rotate it all the way back. Trying to keep your body really still, so really still. If you feel like you're rocking with your leg, lean a little bit forward more, try and plant yourself heavy in the floor. And your head can be wherever is comfortable for you. So whatever your neck needs. So sometimes it needs a little bit support up here, or maybe down here is good for you. Doesn't matter, whichever way. We've got 2 more. Ooh, lucky last one. Excellent work. Hold it here. Take both legs off the floor. Now you've got that floating clams. Those obliques down the side of your tummy are working really hard now to keep your legs up. Your glutes working hard, but you don't have to think about any of that. Think about that transverse. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Were you counting for me? I think we've got 8. Did I do 8 on the other side? Yes. Nearly there. That glute should be working really hard. Can you feel it? Maybe it's just me. And you might not have a band, so we'll do a few more. Do a few more, just in case you didn't have a band. Here we go. 4 more to go. Lucky last one. Ah, good work. Bring yourself all the way up. Take that leg across. Little glute stretch. Big hug. Sit up nice and tall. That bottom comes off the floor. You're just pushing it back and down. Sitting up a little bit taller each time. Giving yourself a bit more of a hug each time. Squeezing it in. Breathe. Keep pushing that butt down. 1 more breath. We're going to do some obliques now. So if you've got the band, you can keep it. If not, I'm going to get rid of it and go on to your favourite side. I'm going to stay on this side because it's easy. I'm already in that position. So you're going to take your legs up and down. Top hip forward of your bottom hip. Take your legs up and down. You look like a mermaid's tail now, or a merman. Your little obliques are switching on. I saw a turtle the other day. I found a turtle on the beach. How nice is that? Keep squeezing through your inner thighs. It's always fantastic when you can find something from nature floating around, isn't it? Exciting. Breathe out. Squeeze those inner thighs. Top hip is still forward of the bottom hip. So if you feel like you're rolling back, then you are. You've got to bring it forward a little bit. Take the top leg up and down now. Top leg up and down. That other little foot is just floating off the floor. Your obliques run down the side of your tummy. If you fan out your fingers, you can feel them working really hard. So for summer, there you go. Your obliques are coming in. There you go. You'll be able to see them. Hold it here. Up and down with the bottom leg now. Now your little inner thighs are working hard. This leg's starting to feel a little bit heavy. That's how we all feel. You can keep going. We've got 4 more. 4 to go. Perfect. Hold it here. Turn out at your feet like a ballerina and then take them around in a little circle. So I've got my feet turned out, heels squeezing like this and around in a little circle. That's it. Then back the other way. Oh, nearly there. One more. You can do one more. That's it. Oh, bend your knees. Push yourself all the way up. Spin your legs to the other side. This hand, grab the bottom knee. This hand, reach up to the ceiling. Take it all the way over, like I've got your hand and I'm pulling you over. Reach, good. So I want to push, so what's happening is I'm pushing this bottom hip down. I'm reaching up tall. I'm still relaxing that shoulder back and down so my traps aren't doing the work. And I'm rotating my chest towards the ceiling. Good. So I'm getting a big stretch all the way. And through my spine a little bit as well. Oh. Come all the way back. Let's go to the other side. How quick does this go? Almost there, team. Look down, see that you can see your little toes. Relax your shoulders. Let me see if I can go this way. I feel like a slug on the floor. Rolling around. Good, take it up and down. Legs up and down. Reminds me of the time I went out with a girlfriend. Dancing. I couldn't find her. And then I looked around and there she is doing a worm on the floor. Oh, fun. Legs are lifting up and down. Squeeze through your inner thighs. These legs stay together like a mermaid's tail. Transverse still drawing in. Obliques are what we're working here. So fan out your fingers. See that they're working. Shoulders back and down. Hold it up here. Take that leg up and down. Why couldn't the pony sing a lullaby? Because he was a little horse. Ha ha ha. There you go. There's one for the kids today. Take this leg up and down. Obliques still working. Good work. Pretend I'm pulling your legs out of your hip socket. So this quad's still squeezing and so is this little butt. Hold it here. Bottom leg to the top leg. Bottom leg to the top leg. Keep breathing. Of course you look longer and in a better position than me, not squashed in, trying to keep in front of a camera. So make sure you're nice and long. Top hip forward of your bottom hip. Inner thigh pushes up to the top inner thigh. So it's like that bottom inner thigh is really lifting the top inner thigh up. Transverse still locking on, of course. Good. Hold it here. Did I do bottom leg to top leg? Bottom leg to top leg. When it comes to the top, squeeze, squeeze. Let's do 4 more anyway. 4 to go. And then hold it here. Take it around in a little circle. Smooth little circle. Your legs are still off the floor. Let me show you. Legs are still off the floor. Smooth little circle. Turn out at your feet like a ballerina. Now do the smooth little circle. Good. And then back the other way. Still working those obliques. We've got 2 more to go. Just 2. Good. And then we've got 8 little pulses, just to make sure I did enough on this side as well. Go, lift, 8 little pulses. Relax your head and shoulder wherever you're happy. Breathe. Squeeze everything you've got from your hips down. How many is that? Must be close now. 3, 2, 1. Good work. Come all the way up, over to the other side. Spin those legs over. So mermaid on a rock. Stick your chest out. Hold the bottom leg. Twist your chest a little bit more. Lift up nice and tall. And then float over. Open up this shoulder. So if it's closing in, just open it up a little bit more. Hand on the outside of your knee. Breathe out. Twist around. Push your hip down towards the floor. So 1 more week of lockdown. We'll still be here every morning at 9:30. Remember, you can go back and do any of the classes at any time. They're there forever. Good. Take this hand all the way down. I'm just going to do a few little cat stretches just for people with a spine that might feel a little bit iffy. So you can do these and you felt like you've done them for the day. So shoulders back and down. Tilt your pelvis underneath you. Squeeze your butt. Push your tailbone to the back of the wall. Lift up through your spine. Tuck your chin. Shoulders to the ceiling. And then as you come back, drop your shoulders back and down, belly to the floor, tailbone up, look up. And then again, here we go. Scoop up. And then take it all the way back and down. Good. Really let your belly hang out and your shoulders draw back and down. And then scoop up at that transverse, tailbone to the back of the wall, one vertebrae at a time. Good. And then take it all the way down. Shoulders back and down. Really drop that shoulder back and down and chin to the ceiling. Let's do 2 more. Scoop up, breathe out. Tailbone to the back of the wall, shoulders to the ceiling. And then drop back and down. Chin up, belly down, tailbone up, belly relaxed, shoulders back and down. Now, back to a neutral spine. So that's just a neutral spine for you. Tuck your toes underneath you. Come halfway up, hang there. I like to get everyone to standing. Hang there. The weight's even through your feet like a tripod. Weight at the front, weight at the side, weight at the back. Here we go. Breathe out, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Ooh, until you're all the way up and standing, shoulders back and down. Give yourself a little cheer. Woohoo! You did a great class. Good work. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow for core. So we'll do core and we might do some triceps as well. Feel like we need a few triceps going. If you need anything, contact me. Remember, send me any photos so I can post them out on our web. Love you lots. Mwah, mwah. Do something nice for yourself and something nice for someone else as well. See you soon. Bye.